If even million-dollar homes are collapsing, then what will happen to the rest of the market? Exactly. In 2025, the American dream of lavish mansions, infinity pools, and six-car garages is falling apart piece by piece. Penthouse apartments in Miami, once sold overnight for $4 million, now gather dust on Zillow, cut by more than $1 million, yet still ignored. Oceanfront villas in California are being slashed by $2 to $3 million just to attract viewers. And even New York, the financial heart of America, is seeing its first million-dollar foreclosures in years. What real estate agents never want you to know is this: the collapse has begun from the very top of the luxury tower. And when the wealthy can no longer bear the burden of taxes, insurance, and loan payments, the next fall will drag the entire market down. In this video, we will count down the 10 cities where million-dollar homes are crashing the fastest in America. Watch until the end, because city number 1 will give you chills. It hasn't lost value this fast since the 2008 crisis. And if you want to protect your wallet and your future, don't miss a single second. 10. Miami, Florida. Picture a penthouse in the heart of Brickell, on the 50th floor of a towering glass building. Inside, expensive walnut floors, white marble kitchen, a wide living room overlooking Biscayne Bay, or a riverfront mansion in Coral Gables with a private elevator, resort-style pool, yacht dock, and a garage for 5 luxury cars. Just a few years ago, these homes were the destination of the wealthy from New York, Toronto, Sao Paulo. Their price? $4 to $8 million, sometimes even higher. But by mid-2025, all of them are quietly sliding into freefall, sitting on the market long-term with no buyers in sight. We are not talking about a normal market correction. This is a clear downward slide of Miami's luxury real estate. According to the latest data, the number of condo closings in Miami-Dade in June 2025 fell to just 945 units, down nearly 13% from the same period last year. Meanwhile, the number of condos listed on the market has jumped more than 36%, hitting 13,000 units, equal to over 14 months of supply, double the market's balanced level. This is no longer a golden moment for sellers. Buyers now hold the power. What's more concerning is that international demand, once the backbone of Miami's luxury market, is retreating. Foreign buyers from Latin America, Canada, to Russia now account for only 10% of total transactions, the lowest level in nearly a decade. Rising interest rates, stricter immigration rules, and sky-high prices are making even the wealthy hesitate. And what about those still holding properties? They are struggling under the costs. A riverfront mansion in Brickell now pays over $40,000 per year just for home insurance. Condo fees, HOA, have climbed to $2,500 per month, or even higher in some luxury towers. With interest rates above 7% and maintenance fees surging, many homeowners are bleeding cash every month, especially those running Airbnbs. Airbnb, once the lifeline for investors, is no longer steady. Average occupancy in Miami has dropped below 55%, weekly rental rates are down another 20%, and the low season is lasting longer than before. When cash flow turns negative, insurance skyrockets, and buyers pull back, the dream of owning a mini resort in the heart of Miami is steadily collapsing. A question for you: if million-dollar properties in Miami can't even hold their value, then is there anywhere safe in today's market? If you found this information helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to follow the next cities on the list. 9. Scottsdale, Arizona. Back in March 2025, supermodel Gigi Hadid shocked many when she quickly sold her vacation mansion in Scottsdale, where she had spent holidays for several years. at a loss of nearly $800,000. Her Instagram account quietly posted a story. The desert is beautiful, but the costs are not. The home, with an infinity pool, a golf course in the back, and floor-to-ceiling glass walls facing Camelback Mountain, once valued at nearly $3 million, ultimately went to an investor for just $2.2 million. This isn't an isolated story. It's a snapshot of what's happening in Scottsdale. Arizona's luxurious desert oasis is turning into a mirage. Scottsdale was once the symbol of upscale resort living in the American West. Gated communities, private golf courses, sprawling mansions, and sleek penthouses were once snapped up by tech CEOs, celebrities, and wealthy investors. But by 2025, the market here is collapsing without a sound. The average luxury home price, which peaked at $1.2 million in 2022, has now fallen to about $975,000, a 19% drop. For properties worth over $3 million, losing $500,000 or more has become all too normal. And the overall picture is an explosion of inventory. Scottsdale now has housing inventory equal to 9 months of supply, 1.5 times higher than normal. Homes that once closed within weeks are now sitting 100 to 150 days unsold. The reason? Too much supply, too little demand, and costs that keep climbing. Home insurance, once around $3,000 a year, has now exceeded $7,500 as wildfire and unusual flood risks rise in the desert region. With mortgage rates above 7%, monthly payments on a $1.5 million home have jumped from $6,200 in 2021 to over $9,200 in 2025. And if you think renting is the solution, the bad news is, it's not. Vacation condos once listed on Airbnb at sky-high rates now have to cut rental prices by nearly 15%. Average occupancy in Scottsdale is now below 50%. Investors counting on the winter tourist stream are facing cash burn. Many are being forced to sell at a loss and exit the market. And what was once considered impossible is now happening. Foreclosures in luxury neighborhoods of North Scottsdale. Homes that were once million-dollar dreams are now being seized by banks because owners can no longer carry the costs. From a place once dubbed the mini Palm Springs, Scottsdale is fast becoming a living example of a housing market pushed beyond its limits. 8. Dallas, Texas. Back in 2021, Dallas was praised as the boomtown, a place where tech CEOs fled Silicon Valley to build new homes, and investors poured money into upscale areas like Preston Hollow and Highland Park. A home with a large frontage, private pool, 3-car garage, white oak interiors, and an open modern design once sold in just 48 hours. No MLS, no negotiation needed. But by 2025, that image has vanished. Dallas, the real estate jewel of Texas, is beginning to slide. According to the August 2025 Luxury Home Marketing Report, the average price of luxury homes in Dallas has dropped from $1.47 million to $1.2 million, a decline of more than 21% in less than 3 years. Homeowners who once confidently set sky-high prices are now forced to cut $10,000, $15,000 at a time, sometimes multiple times in a row, just to attract buyers. Some are even willing to throw in furniture, upgrade kitchens, or cover the first year's HOA fees as freebies. The reason for this cool-down comes from a cold reality. Supply is rising, while demand is not. Currently, Dallas County records 4.8 months of luxury housing inventory, the highest in 3 years. The market has shifted from sellers' hands into buyers' hands. Mansions that once flew off the market now sit on Zillow for 60-90 days without a single serious call. Yet the biggest issue isn't price, it's the cost of carrying. With mortgage rates above 7%, loans on $1.52 million homes now force owners to pay $9,000, $11,000 per month. But that's not all. Texas has no personal income tax, but it does levy high property taxes, about 1.72%, meaning $30,000, $40,000 per year in taxes for large homes. Add hail and storm insurance, and carrying costs easily surpass $50,000, $60,000 per year, even before you consider fixing AC units, replacing roofs, or keeping lawns green year-round in 100-degree heat. Think renting would be an escape? Not really. A luxury home in Plano or Frisco only rents for $5,000, $6,000 a month, while loan plus carrying costs can be double that. The result? Owners are bleeding cash. Some suburban areas have already begun to see signs of foreclosure, particularly from amateur investors who bought in 2021-2022 with high leverage and can no longer handle the cash flow. Dallas was once the symbol of explosive growth, but now it's showing a harsh truth. Even the hottest markets are not immune to the economic cycle. And if Dallas, with its strong population growth, dynamic economy, and solid infrastructure, is already sliding, then how many other cities are waiting to follow? If you find this information useful, hit subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment so we can uncover more of the dark corners few dare to talk about in the U.S. housing market. 7. Los Angeles, California. Is there any place that has ever symbolized American luxury more than Los Angeles? Beverly Hills with its white fences and wrought iron gates, Malibu with the ocean surf just beyond the backyard, Bel Air with mansions sprawling across hillside acres. But in 2025, the very place once called the playground of the ultra-rich is becoming the epicenter of decline. The luxury housing market in Los Angeles is quietly falling apart. Mansions that used to sell out within days now sit stagnant for 120, even 180 days, with the words "price reduced" appearing more and more often on platforms like Zillow and Redfin. Buyers are absent. Foreign investors, once the backbone of LA's market, are retreating due to high interest rates, rising costs, and global instability. Celebrities, producers, and directors, once pillars of the market, are also trimming their assets amid Hollywood's downturn. Meanwhile, supply is flooding the market. Years of speculation drove up prices and spurred the construction of endless million-dollar estates. Now, supply far outstrips demand, especially in areas like Pacific Palisades, Hollywood Hills, and Encino. A home once listed at $12 million has now dropped to $9.5 million, with no buyer in sight. But the harshest blow is the cost of upkeep. If you think buying a $10 million home is hard, try keeping it. Wildfire insurance in Malibu has now topped $100,000 a year, and that's if you can even get it. Property taxes on an $8 million house easily eat up more than $120,000 per year. HOA fees for gated communities can run $2,000, $3,000 a month. And if you have a mortgage, monthly payments of $30,000 are not uncommon. What's scarier? Many still cling to the illusion that Los Angeles is immune to crisis. But reality is proving otherwise. Foreclosures haven't exploded yet, but the first signs are here. Late payments, quiet fire sales, all are happening silently behind the gates of glamorous mansions. Los Angeles was once the stage of the American dream. But today, that dream is trembling under waves of rising costs. And the bigger question is, if even the wealthy are struggling with real estate, what will happen to the rest of America? If you find these warnings alarming, hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Because coming up, we'll continue exposing the dark side of million-dollar markets, where dreams are turning into nightmares. And trust me, this list isn't over yet. 6. Who says San Francisco's housing market is dead? Maybe they haven't seen the rain of cash pouring in from Silicon Valley. In 2025, while the rest of the country struggles with the collapse of luxury housing, San Francisco is unexpectedly roaring back, thanks to a force no one saw coming: artificial intelligence engineers. A Sotheby's report shows that the number of homes sold for over $20 million in the first half of this year hit an all-time record. Why? Because those who just cashed out of startups or received stock from OpenAI, Google, Meta are snapping up homes with cash. No haggling, no loans. The mansions in Pacific Heights, the downtown penthouses that once sat unsold, are now lit up again. The market that once had to throw in a Tesla, waive HOA fees, and offer deep discounts has now flipped. Many projects have canceled all incentives. Prices in the ultra-luxury segment have even begun to tick back up. But don't mistake this for a game open to the masses. Property taxes, earthquake insurance, HOA fees, and living costs remain crushing. Salaried workers buying with mortgages still can't break in. Crime, homelessness, and the pressures of cramped living remain daily realities. Remote work still leaves a large share of residents with no need to live in this expensive core. San Francisco is reviving, but only for those with wallets thick enough to survive here. And that raises a question. Is this market rebound truly a positive sign? Or just another bubble wrapped in a tech veneer? If you want to keep uncovering the secrets that realtors never tell, hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Because the truth behind million-dollar homes still has many untold chapters. 5. Aspen, Colorado. You think Aspen is the last safe haven for the ultra-wealthy? Look again at the numbers. At the end of 2024, a report from the Aspen Times showed luxury townhome prices here had dropped about 14%, now hovering around $13.4 million. A staggering correction for a market once considered untouchable. On the flip side, the condotel segment, condo-style vacation homes, ticked up slightly to nearly $2.85 million. But that's just a small bright spot in an otherwise darkening picture. The main reason lies not just in prices, but in the crushing weight of taxes. Aspen enforces an exceptionally high rate on investors, 21.3%, including sales tax. This means that for a $10 million home, a non-resident owner may end up paying over $2 million just in taxes. And that's only the surface. Add in skyrocketing wildfire insurance, HOA fees in resort communities easily reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, plus maintenance costs in harsh mountain conditions. The result is that even with short-term rentals through Airbnb, many owners are still taking heavy losses. Tourism revenue has dropped by around 25%, making the investment equation even more bitter. And what few ever expected has happened. Some luxury properties in Aspen have already been foreclosed. Mansions once reserved for billionaires are now being seized by banks. Aspen's image as a recession-proof paradise is cracking badly. A question for the audience. Can a market that survives only on the wallets of the ultra-rich ever truly be safe? Or is it just a luxury bubble waiting to burst? 4. Hamptons, New York. The Hamptons, the summer haven of Manhattan's elite, is now turning into the stage where the coastal dream collapses. A report from Miller Samuel and Douglas Elliman shows Q2 2023 marked a dark milestone. The average price of luxury vacation homes here fell nearly 29%, down to just $2.9 million. The median price also slipped to $145 million, nearly a 10% drop compared to the pandemic peak. For many, the Hamptons once seemed like always appreciating real estate, but the numbers now prove the opposite. The paradox is that luxury home inventory in the Hamptons remains relatively limited, down 60% compared to pre-pandemic levels. Why? Because many owners are holding on to record-low mortgage rates and don't want to sell, leading to the lowest transaction volume in 16 years. And that has created a two-faced market. In some segments, properties sit on the market for months, but in the beachfront villa segment, 20–30% of sales are still closing above asking price. Buyers are willing to pay more just to secure a home by the ocean. But look at the flip side. Property taxes here can run into the hundreds of thousands of dollars annually. Flood and storm insurance for a beachfront mansion exceeds $50,000 per year. Add to that maintenance costs, from gardeners to security, which can pile on several $100,000 more. Many Wall Street investors are being forced to recalculate their cash flow math. The big question: is the Hamptons still a symbol of luxury real estate, or is it turning into a graveyard for expensive but unsustainable investments? A question for you. If even New York is collapsing, which city will be the next victim? Hit like, comment, and subscribe so we can continue exposing the truth behind the million-dollar home dream. 3. San Diego, California. If you think San Diego is all about sunshine and blue seas, just look at the million-dollar listings marked price reduced all over La Jolla and Del Mar. During 2024-2025, San Diego's luxury market was hit hard by mortgage rates. A multi-million-dollar loan that cost just $12,000 per month in 2021 has now ballooned to $18,000 per month. The result? Many potential buyers have walked away, leaving clifftop mansions sitting for hundreds of days without a sale. Local reports estimate luxury asking prices have fallen 15 to 20% from their peak, and signs of weak liquidity are spreading. But it's not just purchase prices. Carrying costs are the silent killer. An oceanfront villa worth $10 million can face more than $50,000 a year in property taxes, over $25,000 a year in storm and flood insurance, plus $6,000, $9,000 a month in maintenance. Add it all up, and it's a burden even the wealthy hesitate to bear. Many owners turn to short-term rentals to balance cash flow. But the reality is harsh. Airbnb occupancy in San Diego is below 50%, with revenue down 20–25%. Instead of covering losses, many investors are being forced to sell at a discount to escape the financial strain, especially in hotspots like La Jolla and Del Mar. San Diego was once the quiet jewel of California real estate, but now it's proof of a harsher truth. Even paradise can turn into a financial hell when costs spiral out of control. What do you think? Can San Diego recover, or will it keep sinking in financial storms? 2. New York City, New York. If even New York, the financial capital of the world, is crumbling in the luxury sector, then where is safe? Manhattan, where penthouses worth tens of millions were once symbols of power, is now at the center of decline. According to the 2025 Money Talks report, the median price of new condos here has dropped 17.5% from its pre-pandemic peak. Ultra-luxury units priced at $5 or $10 million are being slashed by millions just to find a buyer. But the problem isn't just prices. Carrying costs in Manhattan are suffocating even the wealthy. A $10 million condo can rack up $200,000 a year in property taxes. HOA fees ranging from $5,000 to $10,000 per month. Not to mention service and maintenance costs. With mortgage rates near 7%, even high earners are feeling the squeeze. The rental market, once a lifeline, is no longer holding up. Vacancy rates are climbing. Rents are dropping. The luxury supply has ballooned to 14 months, turning the market from shortage to glut. And the latest data is truly alarming. Foreclosures in Manhattan jumped 15% in Q2 2025, even appearing in wealthy enclaves like Zip 122. What many brokers won't admit, New York is no longer immune. When even $50 million condos are being cut by $10–15 million and still can't find buyers, you know the crisis has seeped into America's very heart. 1. Las Vegas, Nevada. The neon lights still shine bright, but behind them, Las Vegas is plastered with price-reduced signs. During 2024–2025, the million-dollar home market in areas like Summerlin and Henderson has seen a clear shift. According to Realtor.com, prices in the ultra-luxury segment have dropped about 10–15%, while listings have surged. Days on market, once measured in weeks, now stretch into months. For many, this is nothing short of a wake-up call. Even million-dollar real estate in Vegas is no longer hot like before. One of the points that used to attract buyers was low carrying costs. Nevada doesn't tax personal income, and property taxes were considered reasonable. But don't be fooled. Homeowners in Las Vegas still pay an average of $7,000 a year for insurance, and utility and security bills are swelling. When mortgage rates push past 7%, monthly payments on a million-dollar villa easily hit $10,000, making even high earners break a sweat. What's worrying is that the first signs of luxury foreclosures have appeared in Summerlin and Henderson. These were supposed to be desert paradises, where every home was designed to showcase wealth. But the reality is clear. Many investors are now selling at a loss just to cut their ties. So the question for you is Las Vegas still a place that sells the million-dollar dream, or has it become just a casino for losing investments? From Dallas to New York, from Miami to San Diego, we've just witnessed a harsh truth. Even million-dollar homes aren't safe from collapse. Prices are falling by hundreds of thousands, even millions. Taxes, insurance, and maintenance are spiking like wildfire. Families who once thought themselves untouchably secure are now struggling, some even losing homes to the bank. This delivers a clear message. The era of real estate always going up is over. Instead, we are living in a time when even the wealthy must count every dollar of living expenses. For those heading into retirement or considering investment, the honest advice is this: be cautious and put financial safety above the lure of luxury.